There's a silent epidemic more widespread and more dangerous than any virus. It's not a disease of the body, but of the mind. And it operates on a spectrum, from innocent gaps in our knowledge all the way to a corrosive force that can dismantle societies. I'm talking about the many faces of human stupidity. Today, we're going to map its 7 distinct levels. As we journey, you might find yourself asking, where do I land on this scale? Let's begin at the starting point for every single one of us, simple unawareness. This is the blank slate, the absence of information. A child who doesn't know calculus, an adult unfamiliar with a foreign custom, this isn't a character flaw. It's the human condition. The ancient philosopher Socrates built his life's work on this foundation, championing the profound wisdom in admitting, I do not know. This level is forgivable because it is humble. The danger here isn't in not knowing, it's in the complacency of staying that way. Choosing never to seek an answer transforms passive ignorance into something else entirely. This brings us to the second level, armored ignorance. Here, a simple lack of knowledge gets welded shut with unshakable confidence. This is the domain of a well-known cognitive bias where minimal understanding creates maximal certainty. A person reads one article and becomes an instant expert. They're not just wrong, they are fortified in their wrongness. Confidence is mistaken for competence, and this misplaced certainty acts as a barrier, evidence becomes an annoyance, and correction feels like a personal attack. This is where error stops being accidental and starts becoming stubborn. Level 3 marks a critical turning point, the heart's dictatorship. At this stage, feelings don't just influence thought, they replace it. The internal logic becomes, I feel it, therefore it is true. Anxiety becomes proof of impending doom. A pang of jealousy becomes evidence of betrayal. This emotional reasoning, identified by psychologists, creates a self-sealing reality. Facts that contradict the feeling are filtered out. The mind, seeking to confirm its distress, only sees what validates the emotion. This is far more volatile than being confidently wrong, because emotions can drive immediate, extreme actions. When logic is dethroned by feeling, we enter dangerous territory. From here, we descend into level 4, the deliberate blind eye. This is the choice to not know. It's willful ignorance. The person may sense the truth, may even have it presented to them clearly, but they actively look away because acknowledging it would be too costly, too frightening, or too inconvenient. We don't just ignore the truth, we build fortresses of excuses to keep it out. A manager ignores toxic behavior to avoid conflict. A society ignores glaring problems to maintain a comfortable illusion. As thinker Margaret Heffernan has argued, the greatest threats are often the ones we choose not to see. This is stupidity as a policy of avoidance, and it allows small cracks to widen into catastrophic failures. When this chosen blindness becomes collective, we reach level 5, the herd mind. This is where individual thought dissolves into group momentum. Pioneering social experiments showed that people will often deny the clear evidence of their own eyes to conform with a group giving the wrong answer. The pressure to belong, to not rock the boat, overpowers the duty to think clearly. Everyone else is doing it becomes the only justification needed. History is littered with the wreckage caused by herd stupidity, financial manias, moral panics, political frenzies. Intelligent individuals, when swept up in the crowd, can commit acts of profound folly they would never contemplate alone. Level 6 is where stupidity curdles into something truly toxic, intellectual arrogance. This isn't just being wrong. It's being proudly, militantly wrong. It's the belief that the conversation is over, the book is closed, and all opposing views are born of idiocy. This arrogance often masquerades as unshakable expertise. The thinker Erasmus satirized this centuries ago, mocking the scholar who uses complex jargon to cloak profound emptiness. The damage here is systemic, curiosity is killed, dialogue is impossible, and growth is halted. Why seek new knowledge when you're already convinced you possess all of it? This fortress mentality makes correction impossible. Finally, we arrive at the most destructive tier, level 7, malicious incompetence. This is where ignorance, confidence, and arrogance fuse with a capacity for harm. At this peak, people cause damage not out of pure evil, but from a warped conviction that they are doing good. Their false certainty becomes a weapon. Think of the extremist who commits violence for a cause they deeply believe is righteous. Think of the leader who enacts cruel policies, genuinely convinced of their necessity. As moral philosopher Dietrich Bonhoeffer observed, the stupid person is more dangerous than the malicious one, because they are often unpersuadable and self-righteous. They cannot see the suffering they cause because they are blinded by the banner they serve. So, what's the through line? What connects the innocent unawareness of a child to the world-shaking destruction of a fanatic? It is the progressive abandonment of intellectual humility. It is the movement from, I don't know, to, I don't need to know. The antidote, then, is a conscious return to that Socratic starting point. It is to actively choose curiosity over comfort, evidence over emotion, and painful truth over pleasant fiction. The most dangerous person is not the one who lacks information, but the one who has sealed the door against it. Your mind is not a prison unless you lock it from the inside. The choice to learn, to question, and to remain open is the ultimate defense against sliding down this scale. It is how we build not just smarter individuals, but more resilient societies. If this framework for understanding human error gave you a new perspective, please support this channel by giving this video a like. It helps Winds of Thought reach more people who value deep dives like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.